Hello. So we got Clove gameplay on Haven. Video starts about 22 seconds into the round, but I'm assuming that we started B, bought our second smoke and the ghost, and are now rotating. I like the sight smoke, and this is also a good long smoke. Could probably like put it up a little bit more. So I'll get what's it called? Valo plant up here. Okay, I'm assuming start of the round looks something like this, where you are B, the ghost, had your second smoke, so you're running. While you're running, you're putting down these two smokes. You can put this smoke a little bit further out like this, so in case the situation was something more like this, and you're in the corner, then you have an enemy come out. Let's say they have a enemy jet coming out here, and you'll see them first, and then you can have Sova peek off that, or just hold it together even, so that you guys see them at the same time. Otherwise, if your solo queue initiator is just playing autopilot, then Jet comes out here and he can see Sova and Sova can see him, but you can't quite see the Jet yet because she's behind this little corner here. So it's just like a minor change. Just pop out the smoke. That goes for a lot of different smokes. Like commonly you'll see sunset, for example, B site. A lot of people smoke it like this, but you should have it out so that they can't go in this little cubby here. Again, if there's like an enemy jet hiding here, that's bad. Same thing on ascent. Commonly, you'll see people do like this, but you should have it just out here. That's for the reason that we've been saying. Like, you can isolate fights top mid here, but also with this smoke in specifically, there is an off angle that people can get into and kill people as they're walking up. Cat like this, just shoot him in the back. So you want to pop out your smokes as much as you can when it makes sense, using the geometry of the map. Like if this fridge here was not here, then I would just put the smoke how most people put it, flush with the wall, but it's not quite like that. Anyways, side tangent over. Okay. This isn't your fault, but your Phoenix is pushing up short. If there's somebody up short, then this will be a 1v1 when the smoke's up. I would try to put yourself in positions where you're having value for the team. Right now, you're not having way too much value. Again, not really your fault, but oh. Let's say you're here, your Phoenix is here, and nobody else really matters for this scenario. So your Phoenix is just pushing up. He's like, I want to take fights, right? So he's pushing up here. If he's here and they have their enemy raise just chilling here, or their KJ, then this could be a 1v2 or 1v1. That's pretty bad. Instead, when you see the Phoenix going into the smoke, you should try to bundle up with him and use him as like a Sova drone. So let him go in first and then look at your minimap. And then if there is somebody in the smoke, then you can just aim and fire off your minimap. But just use him, make him go first. Maybe he'll like flash out and then you can swing with him. But you want to make every fight your team has the highest chance of success on average. Sweet. Yeah. So he takes a 1v1. Turns out well, but again, if this guy was out here and the smokes lasted for just a little bit longer, let's say, hypothetically, then he dies, and we can't really trade as easily because we're not up with him. We're just in space that we already control, right? So we control all of this, or maybe like this rather. It's just not very much value. Now, if Phoenix wasn't there, I'd say it was good, but he was. Phoenix was there pushing, so we should push with him. Okay, we're backside with a Marshall. Getting some good value. Well, the teammates, like we're taking long sight lines, figuring out that they're A and C, so it looks like a default right now. Both duelists, I'm just looking at the minimap here. Both duelists are seen on either sides of the map, so it's really looking like a default. I wouldn't even rotate here yet. If it's a default and you guys already have two on C, this is unnecessary. They could have somebody pushing up mid, and you should be taking care of that. But it looks like you just crush him, so. Did we go? Nice. Okay, we see both duelists C. Nice. Good flood. Other team is scared. This is all fine. Looks like they're running away. So we saw Breach, KJ, and Phoenix, I want to say. Okay, keep your gun out at this point. Not bad. Not really in your favor either, so not my favorite, but like this is hindsight at this point, but if you know that they're not going to go C there and we have all of A, the only place they can go is B. And if they're going to go B, then we're either holding the site or we're retaking the site, or if we're like a jet or a chamber, we can get one and then dash or TP out. Here, we're kind of just chilling with a deagle as Clove, and we don't really have an escape here. We can see on the minimap, again, this is hindsight because I should have said this before he died, but our teammates are really far from us. So we're going to be in a 1v4 with the deagle. That's not ideal for kills, so I would try to get off site and play for retake and just like hold A link or C link, whichever one you end up going to. You could even smoke yourself out if you really had to, like use your second smoke. But it's all good. Okay, not A. Doesn't look like A. We see their initiator B. So it could be B. Garage is wide open. Garage is wide open. I would almost play like window or just call for my chamber to put trip somewhere else or have Sova play window, or we need this control because they could just walk up. Yeah, now it's like 20 seconds of the round and our Sovas are used, both dart and drone, which is unfortunate for not way too much info. Now we're dry peeking mid, not loving that. This is micro, but let's take a note of where our crosshair is here. So I'll just go frame by frame. So we're already open to this angle. So if there was somebody there holding with a Vandal, Sheriff, pretty much anything with a one-shot headshot to the head, we're dead. So don't love that. Okay, clear that. Do we clear window perfectly? Let's look at our crosshair. No. So if they're here, we're dead. If they're here, we're dead. People don't usually just chill out in the open here. So I would not have my crosshair there. You want your crosshair where their head's gonna be. Okay, good clear. I like that one. If they're on the right side, we're dead already. If they're in this cubby, we're dead, 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 dead. Yeah. And they are in the cubby. And something I should have said before too. Our crosshair placement, head level looks pretty good. Might want to go a little bit higher. You can see, like, if you draw a straight line from the center to the right here. Let me get my crosshair placement. If you draw a straight line to the right, it's a little low. Like you can see, our Sova's head is up here, so our crosshair should be a little bit higher. But other than that, the position of the crosshair itself on the wall, so wall is here, and our crosshair is here. We want our crosshair to be somewhere where when the enemy appears on our screen, we don't have to move it at all before just firing and killing them. So right now, it's really close to the wall. If they were to swing out, then we would react by the time they're like, let's say here. Maybe that's a little, maybe like here. So our crosshair should be here if they're just holding their D key, right? So, oop. There we go. So we should have it just out further to the left here. Now, if they were holding stationary, then our crosshair can be close to the wall because they're not going to be peeking out. But as a rule of thumb, just keep it out from the corner a little bit more. You can see here. Let's see this breach peek us frame by frame. So he's coming out, he's coming out, he's coming out. This is where our crosshair is. So if our reaction time is this fast and we shoot and we kill him, perfect. But most people, pretty much everyone's reaction time is not this fast. So he keeps going. We go to the right for some reason. And this is the first frame that we react because our crosshair is going towards the breach. So we should have our crosshair further out. Yeah. Plus it's low again, but keep it out from the wall more. Okay, new round. Side note, you can't see everything on your minimap, and that kind of sucks. What I like to do is here, let me just open up Valorant. Okay, so we're here on Haven, and look at my minimap. Top left, you can see everything no matter where you are on the map. If I'm like flying over here, I can still see A, and you'll notice it rotates when I rotate my character model, which can be disorienting at first, but I think if you just change your settings early and then invest the time to make them feel natural, it'll pay off. So these are my settings with the map. I have rotate, max size. This is a safe zoom so that you can see everything on the entire map at all times, no matter what the map is. To keep player centered off is what you would change, but it is personal preference. But at the end of the day, if you are a C-Link and you are playing solo queue Valorant and can't hear, or you don't know what your teammates are seeing on the other side of the map, then that is a problem. So I'd change your map settings. But back to the game. Okay, get your smokes out. Can plop them down about now. Okay. If you guys were coordinated, then you could just 4v2 short. Just everyone go short, especially because you already have smokes down. But looks like you're gonna leave. Chamber doesn't have a TP to get out, so that's not ideal. Sova's also shocking and getting detained willingly. So now our retake is a 2v5. Our Jet's still holding mid, so not great. Not loving this at all. This is also where you're spamming, where you're standing is a very common spot for spams. So I would not try to stand here if you can. You can even see the breach on your minimap is already looking towards you. So not sure what the chamber's plan was there. Yeah, and this just kind of sucks. You don't have any smokes either. So might just be awareness with what ults they have. I hope we didn't put our smokes down after they KJ ulted. Okay, that's fair at least. Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice the KJ ult either, so fair enough. I don't think this round's on you. This is kind of stupid though. Like, the Clove Decay, I'm not sure what it's gonna achieve, because nobody can play off that. Your chamber's detained. You're not spamming off of it. You shouldn't be spamming off of it because you have a Vandal. So just save it for the retake. If you had to like here, then maybe you peek out. If you save it, then you can go up here and maybe bounce it off this wall and get some portion of graffiti here. Something like that. Because you saw the KJ on the minimap was in this corner. So that would be some value. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. You die there. Fair enough. You can see our Phoenix has pretty much all of A, so that's huge info he's giving us. It's either going to be B or C. I would just play off your chamber's contact at this point. When you see him see somebody, then you can pre-aim off your minimap, swing out, kill him, then come back in. Hopefully you don't pick into 5. Or you could just smoke C again right now. So I'd smoke right now because you saw like 2. Now they're out. Okay. Nice. And I just assume that we kill the last, so yeah. Your teammates are doing a pretty good job of getting a lot of early info with these long sight lines. You see 3 mid. Yeah, smoke down, smoke down, smoke down. So here, remember when I was talking about round 2? You were alone on B, and you should get off B so that you can retake together instead of 1v4ing. Here, I like that we're on B, because we have 2 other teammates. So, good job. I'd say if you have 3 or more teammates, then you can probably hold a site, or at least you should stay on. Any less, then probably not. Now here, I would probably get off, because now it's a 1v2 on site. So just let them have the plant if they want. I know Brim has ult, but it'd be better to just wait for your Phoenix and Chamber here. Okay, and we know that last is op, so we should be smoking main. Okay, this is the situation. So Phoenix is somewhere mid. He could be like here, here, you know, wherever. But we should be smoking off the bomb. Maybe even like a crossfire or something. Maybe not because it's the Phoenix with a flash. Maybe like this. So that he doesn't have long sight angles with the op. We don't give him ones. See, I don't like these. I don't like these little peaks. No, 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 no. Because if this guy had jumped down and he's holding with an op the sight line and you're just jiggling for info, you're dead. That's not worth it. Good. Plus you have the chamber trip on garage, so you don't even need to look C-Link. Just keep looking B main. Yep, chamber even calls it. Now don't peek mid. You can resmoke, that's fine. He's out, he's out, he's out, he's out. He's gonna go away. Maybe? I would go for his body here. Should be like A-Link. Yeah. It's rough. Not ideal. You didn't have any util up. That's fair enough. All good. So we rotate over to C. Okay, this is all... I mean, our chamber's still holding the line, so you don't really have to be here. I'd go back B. Again, this kind of goes back to that idea of what do we control from round one. We're here. Let's just set this up really fast. Our boy has an up. Our boy has a drip. Our Sova is chillin' B. Our Phoenix is somewhere A with the line. Jet is here for some reason. Okay. So we've been chilling here for a little bit. We started like B-ish, garage-ish, and we walked over here. And it made sense when we did, because we saw an enemy. But at this point, our chamber, he's just chilling. He's holding the line with an op. See if I can draw a straight line here. Whoop. So what space do we control? We control, we'll do it in blue. Control all this. Blah, 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 something like that. Whatever our Sova's peaking as well. Then just go around the map. So this is what we control. This is where we are. We're not contributing to this control. Like how our chamber is contributing to this, because if he was like back here, then we wouldn't have any of this. Any of this control we wouldn't have. We're not playing off of anyone. So, for example, if we were like high-lowing with the chamber, for example, not ideal, but if there was an enemy to peek out, then he would see both us two and we would kill him more likely than he would kill both of us. So this is you getting value, but again, as Clove, not really ideal because you can really only get into this corner and knock it out safely if there's like 3, but so yeah, we're not contributing to our control. So I would go probably with like Sova or on the trip here. So wait till somebody peeks out here, hits the trip for us to swing out. And look this way. Or if our Sova is taking a longer line for B, we have like this control. Then you could be like over here. And if this guy walks in, then you can peek out with him. You guys can both kill him. Boom, boom. But you get the idea. You want to be getting value somehow. And sometimes it's like a cipher. This is going to be off on a tangent, but if you're like a cipher, chilling backside, and he had trips here, then he's getting value even if he's like back here because his trips are up. And if he dies, then his trips go down and then we lose that control. But that is neither here nor there. Okay. And again, we're like scared that somebody's going to walk into our crosshair here, but they can't because Sova's holding it. Okay, I'm not sure what Sova's holding. Maybe you were right. How long have I had that? How long have I had this timing? This is the beginning. Or holding. Holding. Looks pretty clear. They could be up now. If they're in cubby, they could be on site now. Yeah. This is why I have trust issues in my teammates. So if I was not holding that, nice try. So I say this round, just think of what value you're contributing to the team and move accordingly if you're not. Here, so we have A control, so they're not A. We have a trip for C. Let me just erase all this. Our boy's like here. I'm not even sure if he's an op at this point. But we have a trip here. And we're holding like this, far back, holding this line. If this guy wanders over here, he's going to hit the trip, either be slowed or kill a trip. And he's going to walk here. Chamber's going to kill him first. And we're not really in a position to pick off the chamber because it's going to be too slow. I would just be really close to this box. And when the trip goes off, you can just swing out. Probably even have a smoke if you know that they're there. Maybe you jump peek this earlier. I just don't see how we're getting value in our current spot here at the end of the day. I'd get info C because if you get crunched from garage, then you will not know about it until it's too late. Now there's 3 garage because the Phoenix was there 2. Yeah, smoke would be fine there. I hope we're calling C. C, 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 C. We're not. I don't love that we're not coming because our teammates are unaware. Fine shot. That's good. But yeah, we're open to too many things. This is what kind of goes back to when I say jump peek long, because we can get crunched. This is what I'm talking about. So let's say chamber dies. They have garage control. Very sad. We haven't peeked long this entire round, so they could have been up long for quite a while now and just walk into sight and kill us. But we've just been back here. This is what we know of. This is what we control. But if we jump peek long and safely see the jet, then we can smoke, you know, and then hold from a different angle. When he peeks out, we kill him. Or if it's clear, then we know that we can play somewhere else that isolates this angle, right? Because we don't want them to just get out for free and be able to kill us from either direction. So if we cut off one of those from like an off angle here, something like this maybe, then that is good. I'm rambling. Good shot though. This kind of goes back to the crosshair placement thing. So we hear him coming. We know he's probably going to be running when he peeks us. Even here, this is where our crosshair is. And we have to move it more away from the wall. Even now. It's hard to see. So like maybe somewhere, maybe not that far. Like somewhere like that. So that we are where our crosshair is where it's supposed to be when the enemy comes into contact with the crosshair. We don't have to move it. It's our goal. Right. Okay, so she swings. We have to move our crosshair towards her, and we get a nice shot, but it's so close to missing. Just keep your crosshair out from walls at the end at the end of the day. That's all I can ask for. Sorry, I'm tired. I just came from like friends for hours. Similarly, again, What value are we contributing to the team here? If they peek chamber, we can't see him first, so chamber dies. If they hit the garage trip, nobody's there to trade it. You know, we're not holding any space that is meaningful. Okay, smoke, 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 smoke. This is one of those situations, again, goes back to round 2 when we were alone on B and trying to 1v4. I think this is going to be a very similar situation. So I would not be on site right here. I'd just take a couple steps to the right, get back and see Link. I mean, even here, we're close range with the Stinger backside, which seems fine, but what value are we contributing to the team? I want you to keep going back to that question. They could go out mid for free. They could walk out mid. Phoenix won't hear them if they shift. Because we're back here with the Stinger. An enemy... Do they even have a jet? Enemy raise. Could shift out. Just walk up B without us ever knowing. I would just jiggle, you know, go out a little bit, go back in, out, in, to make sure that nobody's pushing up mid for free. That's value that you're contributing to your team. Now, there's some risk involved. People can be crazy and just one tap you, but it's a risk worth taking for some value. Jump peeking is fine too. You feel safer doing that. We see trip has been hit. We don't need to smoke that quite yet. I don't think. As long as our jet holds, then smoke here is fine. I understand the smoke. I don't think it's horrible because it does save. If like jet gets smoked off, it does save our chamber from somebody just walking in and killing him in the back. I don't know why chamber doesn't have a TP. But I would default to the smoke. Okay, they're ulting A, there's somebody B, and their Raze just boom-botted garage. I'm confused. Like, what happened to the Raze? Is she just, like, gonna be really late to A? Probably get the gun heaven here. It's fine. Probably run and gun if you're gonna be in the smoke and you see somebody. Like, I'm running gunning here now that I see the Phoenix. Like, before, everything's fine. Walking into a smoke with a Stinger's fine in this situation. But now that we see the Phoenix, I hope that we run and gun and just aim center mass. Looks like we stand still. But again, it's over so fast. Not really your fault there at the very, very end. Jump peek along. It could be up. Yep. Sova threw his dart way too early, but that's not on you. Watch out for that nade. I just ignore the raise. Like, just let him do his thing. Hide behind the box. Because his team's going to be thinking that this is all clear space because the raise just satcheled out. So if they have like arena or something, then you just peek him. This is not good. Yeah, we're really like tunnel visioned on this raise here. Like they could be out right now. They could be out right now. Now, if anyone from the enemy team peeks with their raise or anywhere close to it, we're dead already by default for free. Just ignore the satcheling raise. I'd say the same thing if it was like a jet dashing in. You're not going to kill him. Okay, the buy's fine. I am worried. Just clear everything. Okay, this is our setup. I'm worried that their raise or anyone just walks out. I do this quite a lot on like chamber. And if we're just chilling looking at garage, then this guy kills us for free. So if you want to take mid space, either have somebody peeking out window, jiggling it for info, have Phoenix flash out window, maybe. We just have to worry about people walking down mid, and we're not doing that right now. Even like a Phoenix wall across here would be fine. If we want to split C fast, these guys have to go faster than the long guys because they have a lot more to clear. We should be smoking garage right now. Because our Phoenix is up here. He's going to be flashing in pretty soon. And if they're a window, then they just peek out and kill him. But if it's smoked off, then they have to jump out, which is a lot worse for them. Okay, we see KJ. We can assume that there's... no, never mind. We see KJ. We should have already smoked off garage window, and then we should isolate the KJ because he's going to get squished. If we are holding like garage, I do like this angle quite a lot. They aren't really like expecting it. Instead of, well, this is probably fine too, like an off angle somewhere over here. Nope. Nice. This is kind of scary. When you cross garage here, somebody's ceiling could have been in garage by now. I would have our gun out before we cross. Yeah. Okay. Do we hear this? No. I would have died too to it. That's kind of sad. It's all good. If you knew it was coming, then you could get off, but all good. I still think a garage smoke window is good here. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I'd smoke CT. Garage is getting scarier here. We haven't held it for a while. Watch out for your Phoenix Flash. Looks like you're aware of it. That's good. They could flank. I would be looking at long here. 134 is not bad. I'm thinking like, do we have gun out? Like Jumper is peeking it, but if they like Phoenix Flash then peek us, then that's pretty bad. Phoenix is short though. It's probably fine. Okay, I hope we go aggressive here because we have ult. Nice. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We already killed the short guy, so short's probably clear. So 4v3. I don't think we have to be any more aggressive here. Yeah. If we peek into CT and die, then that's bad. I hope we don't do that. Hell's fine too. You saw him on the minimap. So, minimap awareness. Whenever we have knife out, whenever we're in a smoke, whenever we have util out and we can't shoot, anytime we're not expecting an enemy on our screen that we're going to shoot, our eyes are on the minimap. Okay? Here, we have knife out. First of all, I think you heard the judge in the smoke. If you didn't, you just saw them on the minimap. Yeah. This is very bold. Yeah. Now, when did this go wrong? Breach done. Your people on the garage push kind of just die, which is sad. Yeah, this is losing here, so not too much you could have done, but should still smoke off garage window instead of garage. I don't know about this. If like their Phoenix flashes out garage right now, I know he's like played short in the past. Peeks out, he can kill Sova and us. I'd talk a little bit more. I know Sova's kind of holding it, but it's just scary. Either that or just run with your team. You have to be aware of what the enemy can do and where your teammates are. Here, our Sova has decided to run this way. So now he's like here. He's not caring about this guy, but this guy can still kill us. Because if he flashes out, we are here, we are dead. Like this guy could have killed us in the last 20 seconds if anyone just peeked out garage. Maybe not 20, maybe 10. Okay. Yeah. Why did our chamber put his trip down in the middle of mid for no reason? That should be A or C. Yeah, and like what are we contributing? What are we contributing again? Holding garage walk out, I guess. We could be up long soon. Our chamber would be blocking us, and then we both die, and that's sad. Not your fault, but very sad. Okay. Chamber has bomb. Chamber is going to dry peak. So many angles right now. Not your fault, but if we lose bomb here, I will be very sad. Because we have seen the judge see before. Okay, our chamber is just solo ran onto C, and now he's holding the plant. Just good offsite. There's going to be a Phoenix running it down, blinding out either CT or garage here pretty soon. And we don't want to die for free, so we should be in Kabi. This is going to be right here. This is not worth it. This is not worth it. Yeah. Again, we just have to be aware of what our teammates are doing, what they're holding, what our job is. Our job there is not to 1v5 everybody coming out of garage and CT towards the logs. You have to stay alive. And we use so many ults to lose the round. Yeah, please don't try pick the op. Silly teammates, silly teammates. Why is our duelists the ones in the back? Okay. The Phoenix has pushed out C once again, so we should be aware of this and put our trip C in the future if we're not going to have somebody actively holding that. Not sure if we made noise before to let him know that we're there, but that was a nice play from the brim. I don't like that. I don't even know what your voice sounds like. What's this? 20 rounds into the VOD. Like we should be calming quite a lot. Like what we're smoking, what our intentions are, what info that we know that the rest of the team wouldn't be able to know. Okay. Yeah, we just plant here because Chamber's holding everything that's scary. Sure. Now we just tuck behind this box. We have a chamber holding this line. They already used their nade. Not sure about aftershock, but we should just be looking at our minimap, hugging this box, like this line, just be pressed up against that. Look at your minimap. When you see enemy raise or something fall, then we can peek out and kill him with our chamber. Similarly, breach when he comes out, peek him, kill him with our chamber. But I don't want us to like see the raids here by peeking out and taking 1v1. That would be bad. That's a big no-no. We want 2v1, so patience. I don't like this, even though it's smoked. I really don't like this. We're just opening ourselves up to... Did you say both? Both here. Oh no, I'm still sticking right here on this line. No need to expose ourselves to heaven. Unfortunate that we're blind. Okay, if 5 of us go along, we're gonna have 0 short control. They can have shotguns or anything over there. Do we just run this down without any util? I don't know what the Sova Dart clear is, because he threw it here. So this is its sight line. Usually you throw it like here so you can see people walking down. But if it's here, can't see those people. If you have util out, I would be wary of being like first or second contact. I mean, that's hindsight because this guy's here. And we have Clovolt, so I could get why you want to be near the front, but if we have util out, then it's not time to be in front. And clearing your corners would probably be good too. But let's see how this ends. What did we smoke before? I don't think we waste a smoke for this. I think we have Phoenix Wallet. Or like a Jet Cloudburst. That probably won't last for very long. Maybe not that one. Having whole smoke for an orb grab, even if it is an op, I don't know. I don't like it. Unless we're doing a crazy slow default and we're going to wait the entire time for the smoke to come back, which we might be. Don't like that Phoenix is alone with bomb. Should be Sova with bomb, not alone. But these aren't really things that you can control because it's not you. Yeah. Overall, I'd say number 1, think low hanging fruit, but crosshair placement, keep it further from the wall because nobody's reaction time is that fast. Number 2, think of what value are we contributing right now, multiple times throughout the round. Are you holding space that nobody else is holding and making that border, perimeter thing that we were talking about before. It was like blue and dotted, like this whole thing. Are you making this bigger? Are you contributing to that? If you're not doing that, and then you have like your Sova holding this, then are you playing off your Sova? Do you have like, I don't know, if you're like close and if he sees somebody here, are you swinging off that? How are you contributing value to the round? Just constantly be thinking about that. Number 3, communication. I still don't know what your voice sounds like even after the VOD ended. So communicate what you're smoking when you're smoking, what your intentions are, any pre-round plans, and your aim's not the problem. You're just not really contributing very much value. Yeah, I think that's about it.